The night of August 14, 1947 was warm in Delhi. The city, usually hushed after sunset, hummed with a strange energy. It was as if the air itself held its breath, waiting for the moment when the clock would strike midnight. Across the nation, millions of hearts beat with the same rhythm, a rhythm built on centuries of resilience, struggle, sacrifice, and hope. India, a land older than recorded history, was about to awaken to freedom after nearly 200 years of British colonial rule. But freedom was not just a word, it was a journey, one that began long before the political speeches, long before the ink dried on treaties, long before flags were raised. This journey stretched across generations, carried in whispers by rebels hiding in forests, in the chants of students marching in the streets, and in the silent determination of farmers who refused to bow to oppression. So, in 1915, a man returned from South Africa, a lawyer who had fought against racial discrimination abroad and who now turned his gaze to his homeland. This man was Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, soon to be known as Mahatma Gandhi. He brought with him a philosophy of non-violent resistance called satyagraha. It's quite fascinating, really. The 1940s were, well, a storm. The Second World War had drawn India, without its consent, into the global conflict. In 1942, the Indian National Congress launched the Quit India movement. It was not a request, it was a demand. The British must leave India immediately. Gandhi's call for do or die echoed through every town and village. Students abandoned classrooms to march in the streets, workers struck in factories, farmers refused to pay taxes. The British responded with a swift and brutal crackdown. Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Patel, and thousands of leaders were arrested overnight. Yet the movement continued without its central figures. Underground networks of young activists spread messages, organized sabotage against colonial infrastructure, and kept the flame alive. For the British, ruling India was becoming unsustainable. Freedom, however, would come with a shadow. Religious tensions between Hindus and Muslims had been growing for decades, inflamed by political maneuvering and fear. Midnight's triumph. On the night of August 14, 1947, Delhi's Parliament House glowed with anticipation. The journey beyond. Independence was not an endpoint. It was a beginning. The new nation faced staggering challenges: the rehabilitation of millions displaced by partition, the need to draft a constitution, the task of uniting hundreds of princely states, and the building of a democratic system from the ground up. Epilogue. Independence Day today. Decades have passed since that midnight. Each year on August 15th, the tricolor is hoisted, the national anthem is sung, and the Prime Minister addresses the nation from the Red Fort. Children in schools dress in the colors of the flag, cultural programs fill the air with patriotic songs, and streets are lined with decorations.